First of all, you're going to take a deep breath in and out to prepare. So set everything up, shoulders down nicely, and then as you exhale, you tilt the pelvis underneath you so the sit bones squeeze together, and then you straighten. You exhale as you do a little pelvic tilt, and then release. So you're coming slightly behind the sit bones as you do that. And one more time. And up. Now we're going to do that pelvic tilt. Keep that tilted feeling and start laying your lower back towards the floor. We're not even thinking about the upper back for the moment. Just get so your bottom is on the mat. Now here, everyone can straighten their legs. Yeah? Feel that hollowed out feeling through the tummy. Keep that rounded feeling as you recover. Shoulders over the hip bones, and then lose the pelvic tilt and straighten up. So you exhale as you tilt under and start moving. You inhale as you get to the furthest point you want to go to. Exhale as you start coming up, and inhaling at the top. So you're thinking of laying that spine down along the mat from the tail upwards, a vertebra at a time, but we don't want to go too low. You exhale as you tilt under. Inhale as you reach that furthest point, and then exhale, inhale to come up. This may be enough for some people, so you continue doing that. If you want to add a greater challenge, you exhale down, and as you inhale, the arms come up just to the front of the head, just to the forehead there, and then down, and then you roll back up again. So you exhale as you tilt under, and exhaling will take you to that point there, inhaling up, exhale down, and then recover. 3 more times. Use that breath to really help you. Here we're working the deep abdominal muscles and your global abdominal muscles. So they're working in tandem. Inhale up. Always thinking about your technique, the placement of your body, what's going on in your body at any given movement, any given moment. Last one. Press it down and bring it all the way back up. Bring your arms by your sides, tuck your legs in a little bit closer, have your little cushion if you need it, and roll down onto the mat. You'll need to bring your feet in a little bit closer as you lay down. And just feel really settled again like you did in the very beginning. Pelvis nice and flat through the front there. Tailbone in the mat. Just a little breath of air under your waist. And upper back and shoulders in the right positioning. Going to start with a fundamental movement, and then we can make it harder if we wish. Going to take one arm overhead and the opposite leg away. So you exhale and inhale back. Exhale as you lengthen opposite leg and arm away from your centre, and inhale back. And return. Making sure we've got no rocking through the pelvis. And watch on the transitions, not just the extension. So thinking about every part of the movement. So if you want to take this a little bit further, a little bit more challenging, you take one leg into tabletop and then the second leg into tabletop. Go and do the same thing, opposite arm and leg extension. here, the height of the leg will determine the amount of challenge you're giving yourselves. If you take the leg a little bit higher, that's going to be easier. If you take the leg a little bit lower, that's going to be more challenging and harder to maintain the alignment of your body. And maintain your connection. Now if you want to, you can just change. And there's a little bit of coordination again involved. So opposite arm and leg extension. If you do need to have a rest at any point, that's fine. That's the magic of the pause button. Okay. If you want to take this further, we're just taking both arms overhead as we take one leg away. You can do that with the feet on the floor. Yeah? So if your feet are on the floor, you're just extending one leg away and both arms. If your legs are in the air, again, just check. The height of the leg is not disturbing the alignment of your back. Yeah, it's not causing you to strain. Right, if anyone wants to go further, you do both legs, both arms. And you can still be on your single arm and leg if you like. Keep going 4 more times. So you've got single arm and leg. If you prefer to keep doing that, 2 more. Last one. Bring them up and hug them in. Feel that back stretching out when you give your knees a hug. Place the feet on the mat. We're going to go for shoulder bridge now. So we come back to our pelvic tilt again, because that's the beginning of a shoulder bridge. If we can get that right, it really helps us with the whole movement. So arms by your sides, your heels want to be a little bit closer to your bottom now, just slightly. So from here, you tilt up. You don't need a cushion on your head, under your head for this one, so take your cushion away if you haven't already. And as you exhale, you tilt the pelvis towards you, so you feel the back of the waist drop into the floor and the tummy hollow out nicely. Let's just do a few of these. Pelvic tilt, back of the waist drops, tailbone lifts off the floor. And feel your sit bones slightly drawing towards each other. One more time, just doing pelvic tilt. Then you do your pelvic tilt. Keep that tilt as you start to lift off the mat. Now, the higher you come, the more the hip bones lengthen away from the shoulders and you lose the pelvic tilt until you come up in a lovely straight line. And then as you roll down, imprinting every single vertebra individually into the mat, including those at the back of the waist, until you come all the way into your tailbone and find your neutral position again. Exhale as you tilt the pelvis towards you, lifting up. Keep that tilt for as long as you can, and then it has to disappear as you lengthen out through the front of your body at the top there. Deep breath in. And exhale and make the most of this rolling down. Any tight sections, just slow down through them and take more breaths coming down if you need to. It doesn't matter. I have that little option for you. You tilt towards you, up, lengthening, lifting. As you inhale, take the arms overhead, but keep them a little bit soft and wide on the floor. And then roll down with the arms there. Now, if you find your shoulders are lifting off the mat, then maybe that's not right for you on the next time. Bring the arms down at the end. So you're going to do 2 more, either just coming up, keeping your arms by your sides, lifting up, up and away. Deep breath in, or you take the arms overhead while you're up there. We all roll back down, imprinting your vertebra like a string of beads along the mat. And bring your arms down at the last moment. Last one. Coming all the way up into your lovely straight line. Deep breath in, arms overhead if you wish, and then coming all the way down. And release at the bottom. Well done. And extend one leg away, bring the other leg in, and just circle that leg around just to release through the pelvis. You can hold on to it, or if you don't want to hold on to it, just circle it around nicely. And then the other way about 8 times. And then just take the leg up to the ceiling and circle the foot around. It's about 4 times each way. And then bring it down and along the floor and take the other leg up. Hold on to the leg if you want to, either with 1 or 2 hands, or just let it go round on its own. Try and make the circles as smooth as possible. About 8 times each way. And then just hug the knees in and lift the head up towards the knees. And then slide the legs along the floor and arch the back slightly so you can fit a little toy car under your waist. And then drop the back of the waist into the mat. Lift your head and shoulders. Slide along the floor, create that little arch. 2 more times. You can exhale as you tuck in and inhale as you lengthen. Final one. And lengthen. And then just find your neutral again. Bend the knees, bring the legs in. And just gently roll the head side to side. Just releasing any tension in the neck.